JumpinJazz Kids, a swingin' jungle tale. I'm bored, said Claire as she slid down between the big fluffy pillows of the living room couch. It was summertime. She was 7, and she had done just about everything in the world that a little girl could possibly do before lunchtime. There's nothing to do, Claire exclaimed even louder, in case her grandpa hadn't heard her the first time. Sounds like you need to take a little trip, suggested her grandpa as he pointed out the big back window. Claire scrunched up her face in reply. Now, Claire, go outside and I'll call you when lunch is ready. Psst. By the way, I lost my favorite story out there a long time ago, and maybe, if you're brave enough, he said with a sly grin, you can find it for me. Brave enough? Yikes! What kind of story did he lose? What did it look like? Or sound like? Claire took a deep breath, straightened her shoulders, and said to herself, I am brave enough, but I'm going to need a little help. So she grabbed her stuffed elephant Gerald, short for Geraldine, her stuffed gorilla named Mr. G, and very gently opened the creaky back door and tiptoed down the back steps. Every kid in the neighborhood knew about Grandpa's backyard. They called it the jungle, home to overthrown frisbees, runaway kites, and high-flying baseballs that had disappeared, never to be seen again. Claire squeezed Mr. G and Gerald tightly. We have our work cut out for us. Stay close together. They slowly crept through the thick brush of the old vegetable garden, stopping to gaze into the goldfish pond. No story. They peered into the great cave, Grandpa's dark tool shed. No story. They even swung on the vine-covered tree swing, hoping to catch a glimpse of something, anything. But still, no story. Finally giving up, they fell into the tall grass, and Claire closed her eyes for just one dreamy moment. And then she heard it. A strange, enchanted melody that filled the air like magic. She opened her eyes to see where it was coming from, only to see that her stuffed elephant, Gerald, was no longer stuffed. She was real as you and me, with a trunk that looked just like a trumpet resting gently on Claire's shoulder. Claire was stunned. Gerald said, Well, your grandpa said there was a lost story out here, and I think I found it. Would you like to hear it? This was too good to be true, thought Claire. Sure, Gerald. How does it begin?
Well, a long time ago, Mama Elephant did say, well, I got me 2 babies, born on the very same day. Now the first was just an angel. To call him Harold seemed divine. But little sis made a scene when they called her Geraldine. She said, now Gerald suits me just fine. So proud mama took her babies down to the park for a parade. And when the band started swinging, little Gerald started singing, and you could hear the people say, well, this elephant's Gerald. Well, this elephant's Gerald. Oh, oh, this elephant's Gerald, not Geraldine or Harold. And she sure can sing the blues, yeah.
Gerald, you're Honey, I'm just getting warmed up.
Well, ever since she was a baby, she was bopping with the bees. at the cats, just a tisket or a tat, while little Harold played the keys. She was snoozing with the pythons, sliding up and down the scales, and with the hippos' feet a-tapping, you could hear the fingers snapping, and then she'd really start to wail, 'cause it's elephants, Gerald. Well, this elephant's Gerald escaped you, baby. This elephant's Gerald, not Geraldine or Harold, and she sure can sing the blues. She was a picture of perfection, swinging with her trunk in the breeze, pushing every beat in her direction, and knocking every note to its knees.
I wonder what an elephant sounds like. That's what an elephant sounds like? I don't know.
Of course, honey. We have a long tradition. Wait a minute. Who's been playing my trunk?
I thought they would sound bigger.
No. That's not an elephant. I don't know what that is, but that is not an elephant. Now you think that sound could come out of this?
Oh, that must be an elephant.
No, honey. Think big. Very big. Now that's what an elephant sounds like.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if I can make that sound. Okay, I'll put my arm out like a trunk, hold my lips tight, and...
Not quite, but you're getting there.
So if you're walking through the jungle and you start to hum out loud, don't be surprised to hear the story of an elephant whose glory will surely make a mama so proud. And if you're looking for a reason or an answer to this rhyme, well, I guess you'll soon discover that a book is not its cover when little Gerald comes to mind. 'Cause it's elephants, Gerald. Well, this elephant's Gerald, let's Scooby-Doo. This elephant's Gerald, not Geraldine or Harold, and she sure can sing the blues. This elephant's Gerald.